Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 216 of Looking at Stamps. And for the next couple of days, either 3 or 4 days, we are going to be concentrating on the new postcard postal rate that will increase in 2021 to 36 cents. And there will be a new postcard rate forever stamp issued, but in the event that you want to combine stamps or do a stamp collage, I have some suggestions for you. Today's session is going to be 20-cent stamps combined with 16-cent stamps and 20-cent stamps combined with 10s and 6s. So we're just going to give highlights, and then in the next year, I will be doing individual series for each of those denominations. So I'm going to show you stamps that I've shown previously so that you can get an idea of what's available. And we're going to start off with the 20-cent stamps. So this is the State Birds and Flower stamps. It's a set of 50 stamps. That'd be a nice thing to use. We also have the International Peace Garden stamp, which would be a great stamp for those people who love flowers. One of the favorites is the balloon stamp. Of course, I'm missing the Intrepid stamp here, but it's a set of 4 stamps. So 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th one is here. These are large stamps, so you want to keep that in mind when you are using them. For all the baseball fans or New York fans out there, we have the Babe Ruth stamp. I showed this stamp. This is the Streetcars stamp. Another favorite from the Love series, this is officially called Love with Hearts. Many people have nicknamed it the Rainbow or Pride stamp, Love stamp. I think I showed this in the pink episode. This is the Orchids for flower lovers out there. You also have the Best in Show. I'm missing the one that goes here, and this is the Chesapeake Bay Retriever and the Cocker Spaniel, but it is a group of 4 or a set of 4. I showed this on the Dogs series. This is McGruff, the Crime Dog. One of my favorites, and you know I love children themed stamps and children design stamps. This is Family Unity stamp, which would be another great stamp. And so you have plenty of horizontal and vertical oriented stamps here to use, keeping in mind that if you're going to use 2 stamps, it's not much of an issue, but if you're going to use 3 stamps, you need to keep in mind the space that you have. And the final 20-cent stamp I have is the Nation of Readers. Now, one of the new postal rates in the new year is the additional ounce stamp will now be worth 20 cents. So if you have these stamps in your collection, these will now be worth 20 cents. So you can use this in combination to get 36 cents. This is the Uncle Sam's hat. This came out in 2 versions, 5174, which came out in 2017, and 5341, which came out in 2019. The difference is that the 2017 is in gray right here. If you have this sheet, a prime perfect sheet of this is now worth $35, to whereas the 2019 sheet in prime condition is only worth, I think it is $3.50. So you want to keep that in mind if you're selling them or you want to keep them for your collection. And one of my favorite which will now be 20-cent stamps, is the Penguin stamp. So this stamp will be worth 20 cents in the new year. Now the difficulty is that combining these stamps, if you only want to use 2 stamps, I only have 2 stamps in my collection that are valued at 16 cents. One of them is to my benefit. This is the Ernie Pyle stamp, and Ernie Pyle was a journalist, is worth 16. So this one and one of the other 20-cent stamps will get you the 36 cents you need. If you're searching for this stamp It is under Ernest Taylor Pile. If you type in Ernie, you'll get you won't find him in the search. So Ernest Taylor Pile is the official name of this stamp. The other stamp that I'll be able to use to my benefit is this stamp here. This is the Americana series. This is the Statue of Liberty. I like using New York themed stamps, so I'll be able to use this with the Babe Ruth stamp to get a total New York City stamp value, or use it with the Brooklyn Bridge stamp. And so once again, I'm going to do a whole series on 20-cent stamps in the new year. But those are the only two 16-cent stamp values that I have. So, so the conundrum that I'm going to have is, do I use 3 stamps? Now, you can use the 20-cent. I did a whole series of episodes on the 10-cent stamps. Those are episodes 110 through 113 and episode 115. So if you want to look at 10-cent stamps, you can use that. So you would use a 20, a 10, and then any of these 6-cent stamps. And once again, I will be using, doing a whole series of these in the new year. So the first, as you saw, is the Walt Disney stamp, especially if you have Mickey Mouse or Walt Disney themed postcards. That'd be a great stamp. This is one of my favorites as well. This is the Law and Order stamp. And once again, you're going to get a variety of orientations on these stamps. This is a favorite of mine because of the neutral colors used. This is the Cherokee strip. It's one of 2 stamps that are dedicated to the Cherokee strip. For those history buffs and bicentennial buffs, there is, or even Hamilton buffs, there is the John Trumbull stamp. I showed this in the musician series. I like this stamp because of the colors. This is the W.C. Handy stamp for trumpet players, blues. So that's a great stamp as well. And then you have another of my favorites because this is on like craft paper background. And this is the Wildlife Conservation stamp. Do not look for water buffalo or buffalo. You will not find this stamp. You have to type in wildlife conservation to find this stamp. And finally, we have one of my favorites because of the background and the colors used, and that is the Giving Blood Saves Lives stamp. Well, I'm trying to get that eyelash out of there. There we go. And so that is all the time we have for today. Once again, this is celebrating the new postcard rate of 36 cents in the new year. I think this goes into effect the 3rd week of January, if I'm not mistaken. So use up those stamps or buy those Forever Postcard stamps now and save yourself a penny. Tomorrow we are going to look at more combinations. Tomorrow we're going to look at 30 cent and 6-cent stamps. So we'll do more 6-cent stamps tomorrow. And then we're going to do 18-cent stamps times 2. So that's what tomorrow's theme is going to be. That's it for today. Have a great day, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.